remember the age group of who's playing and who's umpiring. So, yeah, but definitely I'll put my hand up to coach again next year. So hopefully
and at a later date we'll see if we can get the other member of the Oleksenko family down here to now that she's a committee member.
Yes. So, she's taken on a role in the committee for next year. So yeah, we're starting to get fairly embedded into the Allenbrook Netball Club at the moment.
And where if people wanted to play netball for next season, whereabouts would they find information on that?
Well, they do have a Facebook page that I think's monitored quite regularly.
That is a question without notice, but anyway,
we will. I think they usually have their registrations early next year, somewhere around February.
As soon as we've got some information from that, and also if Averley or any of the other local netball associations want to chuck something up, get some information out there, please hit us up on the Facebook page, and we'll get it out there.
Yeah, for sure.
No worries. Get in touch with us if you desperately want to be coached by the assassin. And
yeah.
That's it. Now, Ollie, speaking of which,
harsh assessment of yours.
We're running over as we always do, so we're going to have to cut a lot of stuff out of the next song. But just quickly, so we're going to try to get you on the show pretty much every week now to do a segment where we're going to basically the hit list where we're going to let you throw a few barbs at some other people other than us, which would be fantastic. And you mentioned that you've already got someone in the crosshairs.
Oh, for sure. Now, I'm a big basketball fan. Love the Wildcats. Watch them every game I can on Foxtel. One person who is really annoying me this year is Corey Homicide Williams. For those of you who aren't that familiar with him, he's an American basketballer. Was never good enough to make it in the NBA. Came down here, played in the NBL. Give him credit. He was quite a good player, but certainly had a big mouth and an attitude to match the skill of his playing and with his basketball. And now, this year, they've moved him into the commentary box. Now, this guy absolutely hated the Wildcats when he used to play against them, still hates them. Why they get him to commentate Wildcats games, I do not know. The guy what can you say? He's
a flog.
Yeah, that's it. I'll say that.
He still hates Damien Martin. He doesn't rate Damien Martin. He's been rated the league MVP, most defensive player, 3 years in a row, and he has to have a team that he rates, and he goes, no, I don't rate Damien Martin.
But I mean, he himself is a kind of bloke that he was an offensive player. He
didn't play defence.
No, exactly, so he doesn't respect the fact that Damien Martin can. He doesn't see all the defensive stuff that he did because
he played for Australia
himself.
And represented Australia at the Olympics. No, he's crap.
Yeah,
he's a flop.
Get rid of him.
The thing that really got me this week with Homicide is the fact that Wildcats last Wednesday flew to New Zealand, played the Breakers on the Thursday, flew back to Perth, played the Breakers again on the Sunday. The Breakers obviously flew from New Zealand to Perth and played on the Sunday, and all Homicide could talk about was the travel burden that New Zealand were going to face as the game wore on, because the travel takes a lot out of you. Never mentioned the Wildcats
went from New Zealand and back
and playing 2 games in the same time
Double
frame.
The travel.
I mean, yes, they're professional sportsmen, and as I say, travel shouldn't have a major effect, but it does have an effect. And to just go on for a whole 4 quarters about New Zealand and their travel, I just wanted to mute the button and just watch it in silence. It was that
we don't
annoying.
need to push red for red or whatever it is. I don't know what we're going to push for Homicide, but yeah, the mute button is what we need to be pushed with. He is just the most one-sided commentator.
Usually it's a lethal injection for Homicide. So
yeah, that's it. You just sort of think, no.
Yeah, you should never ever be on the Wildcats games commentating. Wipe him if you're listening. Any NBL people out there who
help a brother out. Help a brother out.
It's time to axe him. I think plenty better commentators than Homicide.
I'm not sure what the lineup's been like. The limited games we've watched. I'm not sure if Redditch is cutting it as far as he doesn't talk too much. He seems a little bit awkward on the mic.
He's getting better.
But yeah, Homicide just seems to babble.
Yeah,
and he's just talking garbage.
take over, all about me, about me. I might not be on the court when I'm commentating, so let's make it all about me.
Yeah, so
that's my rant.
No worries. Well, I'm sure we're going to look forward to plenty more, and I guess as you get more confident talking on the... saying we've thrown you in the deep end today, you'll probably get a lot more confident, and there will be
What are we going to call it? What are you going to... Have you thought of a name for your...
I reckon the hit list.
The hit list?
He's the assassin.
All right. We might have to see if we can extend our program out for another hour, but...
when do we ever go on time?
I don't know.
Yeah, we got the local stuff out of the way.
We got this list
pretty much,
Well,
as long as we get the local stuff out of the way, I think we're pretty sweet. Well, thank you very much for coming down, Ollie. It's a pleasure for
Thanks,
like we said, you pretty much since day one you've been sending in your barbs and your input, which has been greatly appreciated. Very big supporter of the program, and it's good to get you in here, have a chat about the days of old and all the rest of it.
Yes,
we will go to a quick song and we'll be back in a moment.
On VCA 885 FM, where the Valley comes alive, this is In the Sheds. If you've got something to say about the show or something happening in your community, contact us via Facebook. Back soon.
During November and December, Radio VCA 88.5 FM is pleased to offer businesses the opportunity to promote themselves on our station at a bargain price. For $50, you will receive 10 by 30 seconds spots for 1 week. If you are interested, please email radiovca88.5@gmail.com with your contact details, including your phone number, and our sales manager will contact you.
This is In the Sheds with Albie, Brucey and Donny on VCA 885 FM, where the valley comes alive.
That's right, you are in the Shed. You're listening to Albie, Brucey and Donny. You can hit us up on Twitter at the Sheds885, or you can get in touch with us on Facebook. Thanks again to Sean Oleksenko for coming in and having a chat to us about his upcoming segment, which we'll have every week. Like we said, it'd be great for him to dish his barbs out to someone other than us, but it sounds like we're not going to be off target anyway. And having a bit of a chat about the Ellenbrook Eels, the starting years. There's a bit of fun there. Right, we're going to cut half the show because we've gone over time, like as we do pretty much every single week. But the best, the good thing is we got the local results out of the way, so that's the important part. We're really going to have to stretch this show out, aren't we?
No, not really.
No.
We're going to jam as much in as we can, mate. So
Pretty much.
where are we?
Right, we are going to get around them, and we're going to start with a very deserving cricketer in the name of Cam Bancroft.
Well, there's a couple of very deserving cricketers you can get around him this week, but Cam Bancroft is certainly one of them, and an amazing 228 not out against South Australia in the first innings of this latest Shield game. That comes on the back of a couple of fantastic knocks against the attack that I think all four of us picked as the Australian attack. Yeah. Last match, where again he carried the bat in the first innings and made another 80-odd in the second innings, so in fantastic form. And what's more, he's also had the gloves in the last two games as well. So
I think he spent everything but only about 60 minutes or something odd, or 70 minutes off the ground.
That was against New South Wales, yeah, and not too much different here. Didn't make as many in the second innings this time, but neither did anybody from Western Australia. Sean Marsh made a half-century, and that was about it. All out for 173 today, which is a bit disappointing.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, only 9 down. Marcus Stoinis losing his old man, not playing, which is terrible for him. And of course, our thoughts are all with Marcus at this time. But so South Australia in a pretty good spot and a difficult bowling assignment for the blokes to come out and knock South Australia over. But how could you not pick Cameron Bancroft with the I think there was a tweet today from Michael Klinger that basically said there's nothing more that he could do. If he doesn't get picked, there is simply nothing more that he could have possibly done.
Well, other than play for New South Wales.
Oh yeah,
and he would have been captain in the country if he did.
Yeah,
so,
he'd already be in the team.
Yeah,
be the incumbent. But
all right, we'll move on to Kurtley Beale now. Donny, you sent us a photo, and
I don't want you to send me a photo of blokes in budgie sandals, mate. Seriously,
that was fantastic. That was fantastic.
Is there an Aussie